Yeah. Cool. Do you hear me? Cool. Welcome everyone to our to Game Dev and Beyond Meetup. I'm Sava. Some of you know me, but I'm here in front of Game Dev Guild Serbia, which is like a informal group of people trying to promote game development and game jams, definitely. So you can find us on Instagram and Discord. It would be cool if you follow us and also join the Discord where we share links, or there are people, mostly for game jams, but people from all around gaming industry. So today we will have 3 speakers from different backgrounds, and they will talk about their experiences and whatever they want. So I'm very glad to see them approaching and showing proactivity to talk about their job or their experience. So also, if some of you also have some story to share, or want some talk, to present in front of your peers and game jammers, game makers, call us or ping us on Instagram or Discord. We are very open to these meetups. We don't have them like a regular thing, but we will see what the future brings. Without further ado, I will give the mic to Yaroslav.
Hello, everyone. Okay, do you hear me? Okay, good. So I'm really happy to see you all. And what I want to share with you is my experience with the Roblox, the platform Roblox. I'm doing games on this platform for 4 years. I learn a lot, and still I see that many people have no clue what the Roblox is. So I start to explaining what it is, imagine that you have never heard about something like Unity or Unreal Engine, and right now we have half an hour to learn about it. That experience we will have right now. So, starting with the basics. What the Roblox is in common sense, it's a platform when you choose a game, see the game page, and after that you launch this game and play this game. Usually these games are completely free for you, but you can buy something in the shop if you want it, but you can play for free as you want. Usually it's multiplayer games. But if we dig more, we found the Roblox Studio. It's a software to develop the games on Roblox, and it's very complicated software, which is similar to Unity and Unreal Engine, because I previously worked a lot and made some games on Unity. I know what I'm talking about, so be sure that it's not just some tool for kids to make the kid games. It's a complicated thing. Another thing that I wanted to talk to you, it's about the comparison, because usually people think like Roblox and Minecraft, it's something similar, and usually thinking about comparison with Fortnite, because it's very similar with audience, like kids playing Roblox, kids playing Minecraft, and what's the difference? But the differences are huge, because Minecraft is a game with a specific gameplay, with a specific visual style. Fortnite is also a game with specific rules and specific visual style. While no game is named Roblox. Roblox is just a platform with a lot of other different games. It's like a YouTube. So the first thing that you need to know about the Roblox as developers, as the people who want to see the business behind these games, you need to learn some basic stuff. Like this platform exists for 18 years. It's amazing and it grows every year. And the amount of players that are already available on the platform is more than huge. It's enormous, millions of millions. What is more important for us is that it's very free for developers, so we can easily start to develop, and even the kids can start develop their own games. If you will took the average developer from the Roblox, for example, Roblox has own conference that called Roblox Developers Conference. It happens usually in San Francisco, but right now it happens in San Jose, and I'm just returned from that conference. And you see that average developer looks like this guy, who is very young, but have a lot of experience in Roblox, have a lot of experience to develop something in Roblox, and after that, this guy gets some success and makes some money from it, and yeah, you see that life just started, and this guy already a millionaire. I wish to to have something from this, to repeat this way. Because right now I'm chasing this guy, trying to get this amount of experience in Roblox. Because my previous experience of making single-player games, regular mobile games, are not useful here, because it's completely different mindset here. Okay, I will answer common questions from developers about the Roblox, what is possible on this platform, and usually it's possible to make completely your unique game. So you can upload everything that you need, all your content, all your models, all your music, and write all your game mechanics on scripts on Lua language. Roblox works on everything. On mobile, or on the macOS, like this, I mean this Apple laptops. It works on every types of mobile phones or tablets, on consoles, and more. What is interesting for me, Roblox works on VR also. So you're able to play almost any game on Roblox in a regular desktop mode or in a VR mode. It's kind of crazy thing. And another thing that you, when you release your game or update of your game, it releases instantly on all platforms. Because if you maybe have some experience to develop games on console, you know how it's hard to proceed certification on each your update. Also, how the monetization works. The basic monetization based on the internal currency named Robux, that a regular player can buy it for real money, spend it on something in your game. You decide what else, what you want to sell to the player, some potions, some coins in your game or something else. You will get this Robux, and after that you can exchange it back for real money, but with some commission fees and other cuts. So that's how it works. Also, Roblox gives you a very powerful internal analytics system, so you will know everything important about your game completely for free. What is very important, because if you have millions of players, for example, each month, most of other analytics system will be very expensive for you. But Roblox give you everything for free. But if you want it, you can use some external platforms also. And Roblox, how to say it, improves the system each month, so it becomes better and better. helps you to analyze everything about your metrics and understood what else you can change to improve your game and to improve the promotion of your game on the platform. Because, for example, Roblox shows you these metrics, and it shows like, do you succeed or not? Do you have average metric or maybe better? And it affects how the Roblox recommendation system promotes your game. If you reach all these targets, Roblox will give you a lot of very, how to say, not very, just a free traffic, free players, like millions of players you will get for free if you make your game satisfy all these metrics. It's very important thing. And also the players, if you can buy the players on this platform, and it's very cheap. I will talk to you about this a little bit later. But also you will have a lot of restriction because your game can be launched maybe on a PlayStation 5, but also it can be launched on very cheap Android mobile phone, and it should work on averages of this platform. So you're not able to make your own shaders. You can rely on baking, lighting, for example. Previously, I will say that's no occlusion cooling, and you should think about it. But on the last update, on this conference a week ago, Roblox said that, okay, we will add occlusion cooling, and it's greatly improved the performance on devices. Also, you have some limits for the content, because it also means the very important thing of the Roblox games that you can launch them instantly. You don't need to wait to download them. So they not only free, but they also very, how to say, lightweighted to launch them instantly. You say, I want to play the game, and everything loaded in real time in a few seconds. So if you're designing your game, you need to think about this and don't put a lot of textures, a lot of music, and a lot of other heavy loaded content. But it's okay. And also, Roblox updates their engine every week. So every week you get a new version of the Roblox engine. It's a crazy thing how they can deliver these updates instantly and very stable, but they're doing it, and it means that all games, all developers works on the same version of Roblox, and you're not able to choose some version, freeze it, and only develop for this version like you do it if you develop on Unity or Unreal Engine. So it's usually it works good, but sometimes it happens like Roblox delivers some updates that maybe crash something in your game, and you need to wait when the Roblox will fix it, and it means you can maybe have some downtime for a few days or more, and you can do anything with it. Okay, we know that many people who play Roblox are kids, children, so it means that Roblox protects that audience and have a lot of restriction in a moderation system, and mostly on automatic moderation system. So you can't upload something in real time, you can stream something because it can have some inappropriate content that are not able to moderate in real time. But it's just things that you need to know, that something you can do, like the external links, like the publishing some personal information of people, and so on. As I said, you can promote your game for the money. You can buy the traffic like you're doing it if you have a, for example, mobile game, but completely more cheaper. And it looks like your game just appear in a page with other games when the players are searching for something, for new games when he want to play a new game. And it's very cute thing when you want to test your game, because of course, yes, if you're making the free-to-play games, you will worry a lot about all these funnels, all these conversions, retention, and so on, and you need to have a lot of tests on external players, not just some small focus group with 10 people or something, but you can put, I don't know, $50, get thousands of players, and get a lot of data for your analytics and understand what you can improve in your game. Okay, how you can get money on Roblox? There are many ways. The first one, you don't need to make the games. You can just make costumes. And it's enough to, because players want to dress their avatars. They want to change their appearance very frequently. Some people change appearance a few times per day, so they need a lot of costumes, some clothing to have for their avatars, and all these things can be sold, and you can have money on it. All these costumes. But you can just make the games like everyone else, some regular games to get the players, sell something to players, get your Robux, exchange your Robux on dollars. But it's not the only way how you can get the money. Like, okay, it's classic way, but other things. You can make the games for example, for some publishers who have rights on some brand, some IP, and they're looking where to put this IP or else. For example, I have experience on making NBA playgrounds for Serbia Interactive because they have this game on a console, on PC, on mobile, and they're looking where else they can put this franchise. The same with Secret Neighbor, because this franchise are very popular inside the kids audience, but also it's already exists on the consoles or on mobile, so why not to go to the Roblox as separate standalone system. You can make something for Roblox departments, for example, Roblox brand partnership or brand education. They can order the game development from big studios to make some games for Roblox system as some sort of showcase of technology or for some educational things. You can try to use Roblox for prototyping, rapid prototyping. For multiplayer games are very good in Roblox because everything that you need for multiplayer, all this infrastructure already exist. So you can make all, how to say, new game modes very quickly and very cheaply to get the players. You need to test how it works. You can think about only, for example, of users of MetaQuest, because the number of owners of MetaQuest 2 and 3, something like 15 million users or something like that. So it's enough audience to reach them and monetize them to get some reasonable amount of money. Very important thing, it's some sort of trend that's happening only on Roblox when the big brands comes to Roblox to order to have their own games. So they comes to studios and saying like, can you make the game about my brand in Roblox? I will give you a huge pile of money. And this is what, for example, I do. I do this business. I'm making games for brands, and I'm pretty happy about this. Official statistics says that about 500 brands already exist on Roblox, and the number of these brands are just growing more and more. You can make not only games, but you can, for example, have online events on this platform, because this platform is very suitable to gather a lot of players. For example, you have 100 or 200 players per server, and you can have any amount of servers for free. It's important thing that you don't need to pay any cost for server maintenance. So if you want to have some online event, for example, for 10,000 people, you can be sure that you can do it in Roblox for free, and to be sure that it will be totally stable. And this is also how I start my business in Roblox, because I do some experiments in 2020 when the pandemic begins, and many companies looks like how they can move the offline events to online. They're looking for solution. I'm also trying to find some solution and see that Roblox are technically good for it. I made some events and as experiment, and after that I get a lot of new contracts from big companies who wanted to have their events online, and they're not worried like it's Roblox or not Roblox. They just wanted to make it works, and Roblox do it. You can do it some musical concerts. It's still a popular thing, because if regular concert can gather, for example, a few thousand, maybe 50,000 people, but online concert can gather millions of people. It's completely different thing. And also, if you can do art projects, for example, on Unity, you can do art projects on Roblox too. For example, it's one of my projects that was in Krakow in 2021. So it's suitable to make art and do your career as a contemporary artist. That's all that I wanted to say as a basic thing. This is photo from the this conference where I was a week ago, and this hat is about my my game that I made on Roblox. It's quite popular. It has something like right now the last data is 8 million visits in this game, so kind of good result for me. So you can contact with me in LinkedIn if you have to, if you want to ask me any questions before, or we can talk right now. Maybe you have questions right here. Thank you.
Yeah, we can, if someone has a question.
I have.
Aha, we have a mic.
Okay.
Wow.
What a mic.
Killing questions.
You see this big box. Okay, Yaroslav, first of all, thank you for this presentation. It's incredible and awesome. You're sharing the big experience here. I have a more business-related question. How to be sustainable, successful business on Roblox? Should you wait where your game became viral, or you can have like several games, like hundreds of games, and what will be success rate here?
It's it's a good question. How to make business sustainable? It depends, because I know stories when the games starts instantly, like some guys in the school make some experiment like jam game on Roblox, but it's go viral and they got a lot of audience.
But it's random.
But if you're talking about something more guaranteed, it's when I showed like which metrics you need to achieve with your game to get the players. So it means that you should work with the process, like you start developing your game. You make a lot of early testing of your game on the real audience to see which metrics you have, make some changes in your game to improve these metrics, and when you get enough metrics, you will launch your game. And the Roblox recommendation system will give you a lot of players, and if you monetize these players, you will get some money. But usually, from my experience, it depends on audience. For example, some game for how to say it, for example, 7, 8 years old players, they can get you a lot of players because they're very how to say, passionate to play. They try to test all your new game. So you can get millions of these players, but they doesn't have a lot of money to pay. So you will get the players, but without money. And vice versa, you can make very complex game with very complex economy, and which is good for monetization. But it means that your game will be very complex, and many players will drop this game because they don't want to learn and understand how to play this game. And it means that the best solution is not like to make one big game and earn everything on it. It means that you need to develop a lot of game and exchange your audience between this game. This is why I like to compare the Roblox with, for example, YouTube. For example, if you're talking about how to make the business on YouTube, like making super big movie on YouTube is not suitable. Okay, you can spend a lot of money to make this movie, you can get a lot of viewers, but what else? It's better to have a lot of videos and maybe a lot of channels with different types of videos. So, same with Roblox.
Yeah, I see your point. Thank you very much.
Hi. My question is, how many games do you currently at the same time maintain online?
Right now we have 2 games that we maintain online, 2 games in development, and a lot of projects that we did, and right now they're closed.
Oh, you killed the old games?
What?
You shut down the old games?
Yes, if they're not successful, or maybe not shut down, but stop maintaining them because I didn't get enough players. Yeah, I spent 4 years to understand how to make the games to get enough players, because I have a lot of experiments when I have players only when I buy these players, but with no organic, without no free players. Usually because, yes, it's maybe too complicated for players, too hard to understand, or some other reasons.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, and it's very hard work to maintain the game, because players, if you maintain the game, it means you make a lot of updates for players because they're waiting for it. So I'm trying to keep something amount reasonable of work in comparison of my team. Okay.
A little technical question. You said no shaders. Does it have only one shader option or a few? Because you showed shooter game, and it has much more complex lighting than ordinary Roblox game. It means it has a few options, maybe.
You have some options about what the lighting system you can use. You can have some options about the lighting settings. You can use PBR materials, physics-based rendering. And usually you learn to hack how to cheat with special effects to emulate some visual effects, like some volumetric lighting, for example. But if you're talking about shaders for materials, for example, for you worry about how your materials will look on the models, you can do anything with it. In the back.
Yaroslav, thank you for the speech. I have a question. Did you notice any specific kind of game which is exceptionally popular on the platform, like I don't know, 3D shooters, or maybe racing game, or maybe competitive multiplayer game, something that stands out on the platform?
Yeah, it's one of things why I fell in love with Roblox is some game modes that are completely not able to exist on any other platforms. For example, my loving thing is story games. It's the name of the genre, story. How it plays? You come to the lobby in the game. So you launch the game, you get in the lobby with other players, and after that you will start the game, for example, with 10 players in this lobby. And you start playing some sort of story when you have some story introduction, maybe cutscenes, and after that you have some task for players. Like, for example, we come to the house to have a party, and our first task is to eat the pizza. After that, another task like find your bed in this house to sleep, and after a few steps, the story begins like something like, here's the maniac, he wants to kill players and we need to run from it. But you're doing all this story with other players, and it's challenging story, so you can fail and don't get the end of the story. But if you're doing everything good, it means that you can complete the story, for example, for 20 minutes. And after that, you can go to any other games. I can't imagine something like this on mobile games, like you releasing the mobile games that can be beaten for 20 minutes, but it's a multiplayer game, so you need to gather a lot of players to bring to this game, and after the 20 minutes you lose the player. So it sounds like insane on all other platforms, but in Roblox it works and works very well.
Oh, thank you.
I think you have a question.
No, it was. I had the same.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
question.
I have a question. How many people can play in one map, in one game at the same time?
Roblox have a limit of 700 players per one place, so per one server. But it means that all this power of the server will used only for this player. So if you have some complicated game mechanics, some maybe usage of physics, usually you need to have less players, and usually for the game rules, you also need some less players. So for example, it's like many players use 20, 30 people per server, and it's enough to have a good gameplay.
Yeah, I meant, for example, can you make a battle royale in Roblox, so it will be like 100 players? Or something?
Easy. Roblox has some tutorial how to make your own battle royale, so if you want it, welcome. It's just a question how you can get so many players in your game, because if you're making the battle royale, you should have I don't know, millions of players in your game.
I have another question, unrelated to first one. What parameters are important to get nature, to get traffic from first page, to get nature traffic? What do you need to? Sorry, few seconds. I will. How Roblox will track engagement of your players, so it will bring you to the first page?
Yeah. So Roblox recommendation system needs to understand how your game is good or not automatically. So it means that it looks on some metrics on your game. First of all, it's players' average session time, how long the players stay in your game, and usually good timing is starting from the 7 minutes to 20 minutes, 15 minutes, something like this. Also, retention of the first day and of the seventh day is important. And also important is your monetization. Because if your game can generate some money, and Roblox have some cut of this money to themselves, they're happy to promote your game. But if your game only use the server and generate some expenses for Roblox system, but doesn't generate any money, they will not be happy to promote you.
Thank you.
Questions there, and after that, 2 questions.
Okay, my question is regarding VR events, and would you compare Roblox as event platform with others, like VR chat, maybe VR frame?
I think it can be comparable, at least in technical terms. Like you can you can use your VR helmet to get in some custom-made environment and do something in this environment. Like you can chat or maybe some gameplay thing. But Roblox doesn't promote right now the VR-only experiences. They are trying to promote it like experiences for all, including VR support. And it's a kind of good thing. For example, it's interesting to visit musical concerts in Roblox in the VR. So you're able to visit all these concerts in the regular way through the desktop. But if you visit in VR, it's completely different, new, amazing experience. And so yeah, it's possible.
Thanks.
Yay.
Question about servers. How does Roblox handle the servers, or how does developer handle the servers?
They have a lot of data centers around the world.
What?
They have a lot of data centers around the world, like 25 or something like this. And yeah, they pay for the servers, and it's part of this whole monetization system.
So developers don't need to worry about it?
Yes, developers don't need to worry about server, and moreover, they're not able to worry about the server because it's all on the Roblox side. So anything, I mean, only thing that you can worry, it's only on your gameplay scripts, because you decide which scripts executes on the client side and which scripts executes on the server side.
Okay, thank you.
There.
Thank you for the great presentation. My question is, have you tried to develop games in Unreal Editor for Fortnite?
I have some ideas about it, but I will be honest, I'm trying to focus on Roblox only. First of all, because I have some business and some contracts for my studio in Roblox, and how to say it, I don't see the Fortnite right now as a good platform for my business, but maybe in the future it will be suitable. But still, because my team is not huge, I'm trying to focus on something. Because previously people also asking like, why you don't have games on Decentraland, Sandbox game, or some other this crypto decentralized games. I just don't trying to be everywhere. I want to be the good only on Roblox.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, I think it's enough. I'm also I'm available every time for you, for your question. Sorry for my speaking. I still affect on some jet lag after my returning from US, but I'm very happy for this opportunity to share my experience with you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Good. Yeah, thank you, Yaroslav. Now, the next presentation.
Guys, look, can you hear me? Because it will be somewhere all around the page, not like this. Ah, okay, see. Oh, I see, I see. All right, if it will become somewhere here and you can hear me. Okay, okay, thank you very much. So, I have a good hack here. I have presentation and even a few slides up front on me. So, today I'm gonna speak about funding ecosystem and game dev market. Where to find money, how to find money, what is green flag in investors, what some investors will expect from you, from your side. But before, I think it's quite crucial to give information about the presenter. So my name is Vitalii. Previously, most of my professional life, I've been a founder of GameDev company. I've been a co-host of master program in my home city in Kazan, Russia. So managed to make my own money and invest in a master program that was a quite good and successful thing. And by the way, if you have any academic relationship here in Serbia, I would love to talk with you. So please welcome, approach me. Oh, sorry guys. Okay, and previously I'll also be, something happened and I have changed my site from a founder to investor. My previous work was Excel funding. Excel is one of the biggest money provider, I would say, not money provider, but I would say payment provider in the world of game dev. And since Excel earning money, I was the guy who's spending money literally on video games. And now I take position of executive producer of Narwhal Accelerator. You see again colors on me. And here I'm the guy who take a look at your games, evaluate them, evaluate your team, evaluate your business, and make one of the decisions, are we going to invest or not? And I will express more a little bit about Narwhal in the last slides. So, what's happening in the market? If you're a game developer, you'll probably face something like this. And, you know, also there is a news which also make your face more like this. For example, layoffs, the huge massive layoffs, the huge bloodbath in the last 2 years. That was incredibly big. You see, Hi-Fi Rush, pretty good studio, by the way, shut down by Microsoft. I don't know, because the game was really awesome. I don't know what makes them to do this. Another thing, if you're the guy who produced the game for 8 years, I mean the Concord, the recent news, the game happened to like 2 weeks in the market, and it's been shut down because there is no players on this game. And it's also happened with public companies that have shares in the market. You can see the situation like with Tiny Build, similar with the Ubisoft, shares became really low. And even icons will never be the same. You see? So this is the end. Is Gabe Newell gonna fin until became just a little point? No, I don't think so. Because you see, Steam actually earning a lot of money. If you take a look at statistics happily provided for me by Vinci Insight and InvestGame, I take a look at market disposition right now. You see, the market is really growing. In comparison of between 2022 and 2000 and 2023, the Steam market is growing on 15%. I think this year it won't be even bigger. Peak users also is incredibly growing. So there is more players right now playing in video games than ever in history. And by this, I would say, you know, everyone knows economic crisis right in front of our door. And video games is one of the most cheapest fun you can have. You know, it's much more cheaper than go to Montenegro. So, yeah, based on that, I believe there will be even more players. And another thing, I'm not the one who has mentioned it. If you take a look at other investors, like, you know, oh my God, what am I doing? Okay, if you take a look at other private investments in comparison between this quartile and last, the amount of deals became huge. Amount of money on deals, like twice, 1 million. I believe that's really, really a good example how the market operates. So, to summarize, on one hand, we have many talented people, many talented professionals on the market. On the other hand, we have a growing market. On the third hand, I don't have a third hand, sorry guys. But on the third hand, there also a window of opportunity because big old companies like Sony, like Microsoft, like Ubisoft especially, are constantly get inside the creative and business crisis. And I believe it's a good window, a good opportunity to produce your games right now. And
I'm not the one who believes in it. So, okay, you have a good idea, you have a good team, you started producing your game, but we all know making video games is quite expensive. It could cost like hundreds of euros, thousands of euros, even millions of euros. You see how to find the money. So there is several type of investors on the market. We can spare them in non-professional, professionals. I will only talk today only about these two types. It's publisher venture funds, but you also can acquire money by yourself money, invest yourself money, or acquire money from your friends and family. It's like usual way. Or even can find an angel investor or angel conglomerates, or you can, in some countries, you can acquire some government funding. If you talk about professional investors, it's mostly will be incubators, accelerators, not many of them, but maybe Narwhal. Publishers, private equity and venture capital funds, and strategic investors. Today, like I mentioned, we will talk only about publishers and private equity and venture funds, because you have only 30 minutes. So publishers, if you think about them, actually they kind of remind me of sharks. Because, no offense, if you're a publisher, no offense, please. Because they actually are crawling in the street and trying to find a good prey, a good game where they will be investing in, which is good for shark, and most of the time good for game. Yeah, sorry for that. Yeah, I know there is one publisher at least. Okay, so what the publishers do? They do project-based financing. What does that mean? They invest in your video game, not in your company. They provide funding. They provide a huge amount of expertise, mostly about your game, and they also can provide you marketing, mostly with musical publishing, and they can provide you with the services, porting, localization, QA, many of the services publisher can provide. Also, publishers are pretty different. There is a wide range of publishers on the market. It could be like small-scale publisher for a few indie games, or it could be like Devolver Digital, for example. What I see a green flag in a publisher, something you want to see from a publisher side if you want to have a deal with them. First of all, it's super crucial. It's partners relations. If you build a partners relations together, you make a commitment, you are do a transparent relations, that will be super helpful for you during the whole process of production and promoting video games. One of the example of partners relations is transport expenses. For example, if you take a look at like average publishing agreement and see a point here, like, okay, I'm going, that's saying, okay, we are as publisher commitment, our commitment is 100 for marketing, for example. It's sometimes they count it differently. What most of the developers think, okay, they will invest this 100 in influencers, in YouTube, maybe they provide me some traffic and all stuff like this. Some of the publishers actually think about, okay, half of this sum I will spend on my team. So even it's not applicable for all publishers, but I know some publishers do this. They can rise by these expenses their recoupment. Which I believe not valuable. It's red flag, not green flag, if they doing like this. And it's definitely not a partner's relations. So another thing, to be successful, to be sustainable in the market, if you're a video game developer, I will today I will tell you a secret. You need to participate in marketing, because if you want to build a successful and sustainable studio, you have to know and be a publisher one day. And if you participate in marketing of the publisher side, you will get a lot of information about how to promote your game, how to distribute, how to find a good way to your player's heart. So be aware of that and ask publisher to participate in marketing. Different payback options. The market is really changing. and you can have several options how the money will return to publisher during recoupment period. And it's good if your publisher can provide you a few different scenarios, and you can choose from one that's mostly suitable for you. Boutique approach. I don't say any massive publisher are bad, but I recommend take a look at it and speak with other companies that have been published by this publisher. I highly recommend to take a look at the publishers that are not like publishing 20 games per month, because they probably will drag less attention to your game, because mostly for them, the business here is to make a lot of games in the market and see where is it going to be a viral or not. So they don't really will invest a lot of time and effort in marketing. And of course, strong product expertise. If you take a look at the publisher, probably you should take a look at your competitors. Maybe some of your competitors can be your publisher, by the way. And if they know how to produce such games, it will be super valuable for your product. They give you a lot of insights and way how to avoid obstacles on your way to success. Okay, so what publisher expect from you? You know, for past recent years, especially if you try to find money in a game, market became too picky. I would say even cherry picking in some kind of. So right now, if before you can acquire money on the first playable, right now most of the publisher require vertical slice or even further stage of production. And if we talk about vertical slice, in my personal definition is 8% of mechanics and 20% of content, which is a great amount of production actually. If you're inside production, you know it. So another thing is this data room, I would say, pitch, product budget breakdown, game design, core team CV. You have to be prepared for publisher. We need to cooperate in following milestones. It's also about partners relationship. You have to publisher, even if there's a partnership, publisher can control you by distributing money during your milestones period. I will talk about this later. So they will expect from you to be a little bit controlled. Return rate. That's super crucial thing, and most of the developers don't really think about money actually. You have to start thinking. For example, just imagine a situation. You have like most of your competitors gain around 2 million United States dollars gross revenue. You can find it in VG Insight and Steam Spy or whatever you use for game analytics. And you want to produce a game that costs $1 million. And part of developers will say, okay, it's look like a great deal. I mean, you produce the game 1 million, get 2 million, and that's all. I have like 100% on the top. Well, it's not working like this. If the game have 2 million in gross, probably net after all Steam commission, refunds, taxes, etc., will get you like 1 million net. And if the game is get you back 1 million net, and in production costs 1 million net, and also you need the publisher with marketing and stuff like this, so it became unreasonably expensive, and no one are gonna invest in this game, or they're gonna need to believe in a lot. In this case, of course, I would say you have to research your market even before start. So some insights. Okay, I already tell you that research your market, understand how your competitors operate, how they gain money, how many money have they got, how many is their revenue, what they did to acquire some users and players to their game. Start marketing. Highly recommend you. I know there is some advice in internet. Somebody say, "Oh, don't start marketing before publisher because publisher want to take this." No, it's well, it's bullshit. Yeah, tell you a secret. Because if you get like 50,000 wish lists, you will get a lot of proposition from publisher. So if your game is visible for market, if you know how to market the game, that also be really crucial for you in a partner's relationship. So publisher is not doing some strange thing for you. So you will understand how this market operates. Try to do marketing before the publishing, before signing the publisher. Make a community. That's another thing about marketing. Community is strong. They can help you during the development. They can help you test your build, and they will spread the word about your game on the market. That's really cool. And be the business. I know it's kind of engineering approach, but it's stopped to working because market's competitive. It's not like 5 years ago. There's many games right now in the market, and you have to think not only about your game, but you also have to think about marketing, business side, how to develop your team, how to scale your business, how to manage your risk, be a business. Another thing. So, okay, you reach the negotiation period with a publisher. Easy to say, hard to do. Having options. And which options I mean? To have a several, I would say, term sheet or letter of intent from other publishers. It give you a great leverage in negotiation period with other publishers. So you can, for example, you like some publisher, but you don't like their proposition, so you can go to them and say, okay, I have another proposition with other money. Maybe we can discuss it. Good to think now a bit. Big milestones. I said publisher can control you during the milestones. So your idea to be sustainable during the production is have bigger milestones. Why? Because bigger milestones, less control, and more options to control your money during the period. If you have less milestones, the publisher can control you much more easier. And of course you will get more money on this period, and it would be easier to think about this money in your own way. But of course you have to stay in partnership in this case. I'm not saying you have to get this money and not spend it on your video game or spend on your yacht. It's not the option. Fight your expenses actually have several meanings. First of all, it's to understand your expenses. Second, some publishers on the market, especially when you are producing your first game, will give you like, okay, you can publish your game, but when we publish the game, all of revenue, 100% of revenue will be collected by ours until recoupment, until they recoup their own initial investment. Bad case, because you see how you survive on this money. If you don't have few months on survivors, how you will support your team if you don't have any money? You have to fight for this. I mean, that's super crucial to save your team. And of course, bring your own tables like P&Ls. And by the way, I just recently write a good article about P&L. It will be super crucial, will super helpful, and I have a link in the end slide of this presentation for Narwhal knowledge base. So fight your expenses, show your expenses. See, okay, I have your own burn rate. Please, I need to cover this burn rate. I have to save my team. Maybe we'll produce more games for him. Maybe we can sign agreement about second game. So try to be a business, try to be flexible, try to fight your expenses. And of course, participate in marketing. Try to put in agreement that you want to participate in marketing and you can make the decision in marketing, at least high-level decision. That will be super helpful for you. So VC fund. Why did I choose Octopus here? Octopus actually is still a hunter. Very efficient hunter, by the way. Very efficient. And also really smart. And also have many legs, arms, I don't know. Tentacles. The right word is tentacles. Thanks, Japan, for this. So you have many tentacles as they want to put these tentacles in many business as they want. I mean, VC, not Octopus. So idea is of VC fund, of venture capital fund, is equity investment. And I know, I'm speaking with tons of developers during my day, during month. I'm take a look at hundreds of games. And I know many of the US didn't know anything about venture fund and how venture fund operate in the game dev market. It's quite new thing. Publisher was here like for 20 years, venture fund for 5. And in the comparison between describe of equity financing and project-based financing, I would say always happy to share this analogy for my students. Do you understand the analogy between one night stand and marriage? So publisher is one night stand. When you have fun and you split away, you don't have any obligations between you. But VC fund is a marriage. Quite strange because sometimes it's not monogamous. Sometimes you have several VC funds. But anyhow, it's a marriage. So as soon as they inside your equities, they will can take control of your business and be reasonable here, be with you for many times. It's, I would say, they're smart. You can avoid them. So mostly VC funds provide only funding. They're not publishing a game. They're not trying to localize it QA or something. So you need to have a strong expertise, strong understanding how you want to market your game. Also, they mostly focus on AA, AAA games, so more higher scale games. But there is also several venture funds on the market operating. They're looking particularly for indie games. Another thing, green flags for you. Still, again, a partner's relationship. Always try to be in real life a partner with others. Reliable LPs. LPs. Who knows what is LPs? Okay, I know. It's limited partners. The strange story is that venture fund is not operating their own money. They actually have own investors. So it's like a big pile of investment money from any other types of investors. So these investors called limited partners. And if they have a good limited partners and you know it, like, for example, guy from, I don't know, Activision or something, they can open good doors for you. That's what I call smart money, sorry. Another thing is a good portfolio. If the fund, similar to publisher, if fund have a good portfolio of games that have been produced by its funding, and also it's a good opening for new windows. Management expertise is good. Some of the venture funds actually operating by the people who don't have a clue about video games. It's strange, but sometimes it happens. So it would be good if the management here know how to operate games, and also can give you a good advice about it. Boutique approach, the same thing as a publisher. Less they invest, more they focus on each participant. And wide networking, of course. I think it will be quite good, understandable from LPs and management expertise. If they have a good connection on the market, they can bring you on upfront of featured on Xbox and Sony, and that will be super helpful for your game. Okay, so what VC fund expect? You see, they invest in business, so they need to understand how your business gonna be grow. What's your scale? How you want to scale? What's your position in the market? What's your niche? How you see your niche? What's your business plan? How you want to conquer the hearts of the players? Not only with one game, but like for several years. What kind of games you want to produce? How you want to produce? Do you want it like consecutive or do you want parallel or something like this? They also required, I know 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I know guys, me personally, I know the guys who got the money only with pitch. You see? They make a presentation like me. With good money, and they have like €1 million. It's so super easy. Right now, market still became pretty conservative about investment and picky. So even for VC funds, they mostly, if you don't have like big story behind you, big traction behind you, you are not fond of EA games. They probably need a vertical slice stage, and also they need to understand that you have a high level of expertise in the market. Another thing is data room. It's much more wider than what publisher will ask for you. Publisher will mostly ask about the game. Venture fund will love to know about everything about your studio, about your past expenses, your operation, your cap table, your P&L, your business plan, your data room, your pitch, etc., etc., etc. You see, many information. and what they're looking for. If the publisher getting money from revenue of your game, classical venture fund, actually that's quite changing, but if you want, I can speak about this in the question. Operate on a scale of your capital gains, how your business is growing. So for example, just imagine a situation, you have a business for 1 million euros, some venture fund invest in you 100 United States dollars for 10% of your company, of course. And then your business getting bigger, bigger. It became 10 times bigger. It started to cost like 10 millions of euros. And then then the share of the venture fund became 10 times bigger, so it became 1 million euro. That's what venture fund wants. And also they want to understand how they can exit from this type of company. It will be acquired by strategic investor, or they do have a chance to get to the IPO. Or maybe they have like on the third round. But as I said before, things are changed a little because if you see early stage investment is still growing and good, later stage investment quite freezing up because of the strategic investors. Okay, why put before business here on the top front? Because you really have to be a business. You really have to understand your market. You really have to understand how you will scale. And be the business is super important before you sign any VC. They want to see you as a business. You need to invest time in attraction. It's like full-time job. If you're looking for money, it's good because in the market it's like it's 50 venture funds on the GameDev market, specialized on the GameDev market. So it's quite easy to reach all of them. But anyhow, it's a super full-time job. Be a decision maker. What's sometimes happening? Sometimes we receive some pitches where people are saying, "Okay, we have several investment options. You can invest like 100K and we do this amount of work, or you can invest 200K and we do this amount of work." Well, it's a bad thing. I would say it's a yellow flag because if you are doing a business, you're a decision maker. No venture fund wants to make a decision on a business. You have to understand and make your own decision. Be precise in that. Persuasive. Sorry, guys. Research the deals. Try to understand what's going on in the market, how the things is operating in the market, and what kind of deals you can have. Okay. So during negotiation, several investors would be super helpful for you. Not okay if you have one investment from one fund, it's good, but if you have several investments from several funds, and that's actually how market operates right now, you give less control of your company. If you give less control of your company for one big investor, it means on next round you probably on next few rounds you probably save your control of company. Plan share sales. It's another thing about saving control. Like 2 years ago, nobody wants to give more than 20% of a company. Right now, I think it changed a little bit. But anyhow, if you're planning to have a next round, you have to understand that there should be another room for other investors, and should be also, if you want to stay in control of company, some room for you to stay in control of company. Control board, another thing. Well, you have to think about the board. If you became, I would say, limited liability company, you're producing shares, your company starts operating by board of directors. So if you give someone more shares on this board, they will take more advantage of having this control of the company. And I'm still not saying some people are crazy. I'm just saying about how the things are operating. Try to think about it even before start of doing your company. And clear commitments. Sometimes venture fund don't have all money up front. So like you see on a good news on the venture bit, someone acquired like 1 million euros. But actually they acquired, right now they receive like 500 and then receive another 500 when they achieve some KPIs. Understand your KPIs. Be precise with your KPIs. Because you need to achieve this. And you need to be sure that we will achieve it 100%. It's just a good way to communicate with the investor and try to find a proper solution here. Okay. Actually, quite the end, but okay, yeah, I made a great demo. But investors want the vertical slice, like I mentioned before. You can come to our bench. Once again, a little advertisement. They can help Narwhal. There's few accelerators like ours on the market. It could be Anderson Horowitz or Top Round, or could be Narwhal. But we see a good gap here. We see there are many talented people, many talented teams with good people here on the market that have their own investment and have acquired investment from angel investors, which is enough to make a first playable, but not enough to make vertical slice. And we try to fulfill this gap to enrich other investors. So how we do it? We have a clear commitment of 300K averagely investment upfront without any milestones or bureaucracy. So as soon as it's signed, we build an account in a few days. All the months, without any KPIs. Another thing is incorporation. We can help you to incorporate in any desirable location for any investor. It could be United States, UK, Cyprus, UA, anywhere is island law is super capable. Another thing, we have a good investor network. We've been in this business for many years as investors, publishers, as developers, and we know how to reach probably everyone. We give you hot interest. Another thing is data room. Because we've seen a ton of them and produced a ton of them, we can help you with all these things that usually most of developers find super boring, like pitch, P&L, roadmap, how to speak on the same language as investor. And we also can help you hiring people, especially in this region, by the way. You have a good team dedicated from our one partner. And by the way, this partner is Allkite Games, the Games Fund. Allkite Games is one of the most prominent CRPG publisher right now in the world, and Games Fund is one of the biggest venture funds. And we are signing some more partners that can help you also during the mentoring in acceleration. And also we do a mentoring program. So we help studios to build a business here. We understand most of the studios, it can help to make you a Google game. So if you invest in you, we believe you know how to make the games. We're here just to aid in your business way, to avoid some obstacles, which we have previously in our careers, of course. And that's all. I was quite quick, by the way. Hope you liked my presentation. If you want, there's my LinkedIn. There's also a website of Narwhal. And Narwhal knowledge base, good articles. We have a few right now. We are still working on this in production, but we think about it as a good way. We are kind of inspired by Y Combinator because they're sharing a lot of information about startups and games, and we believe we want to share this knowledge. I just recently written a good article about P&L, with a good template for P&L. And this P&L will work for you not only for publisher, but also for venture funds, because it will shift your opinion, shift your mind to think about your way as, well, EBITDA. So you'll be more mathematical orientated on your business. I mean, financial orientated. So if you have any questions, I'm feel free to answer all of this. Or you can reach me. I will be here. You can have a beer or something, or water, or Malina.
Thank you, Vitalii, for such a presentation. I have a question. So, since you are quite for a long time in investment,
yeah.
What previously were big, like, and easy to get money, but now, like, it become harder? For example, like, previously we had, like, battle royales all the time, and now it's like, oh no.
You mean which niches?
Yeah, yeah. What is like
from publisher or from venture funds?
It would be great to hear both.
So, I would say everything what is in the top of Steam market is reliable for publishers. I mean, if you take a look at Steam and or tags in Steam, it's like, I don't know, Battle Royale is still, I guess some roguelikes also, strategies rapidly growing. Headed Horse is an incredible publisher, and I think there will be more strategies. Some tycoons also. So there's plenty of niches actually in the market. And you see, the strange thing is most of the investors are thinking about the games that already have been produced. So where you try to take a niche that already have been assembled. And most investors are looking for this. For example, I have like shower thoughts a few months ago about Undertale. I think nobody gonna invest in Undertale, but it became a huge hit. In this case, of course, you have to take a look at the market, see what's going on, and invest in this. If you talk about venture capital, most of them, the biggest one especially, think about game as services, especially the guys like Kravtsov who produce the PUBG. So if you take a look at their portfolio, there is games that can be like multiplayer, can have a huge long game session, attract many players, and can gain a lot of money. And especially what is the most hard thing on the market, because many of the studios, if they operate on the market and they have a game and they have a huge revenue gap, they publish the game, revenue gap. They publish another game, revenue gap. It's not sustainable business. If you, sorry, I just get it. Okay, so it's not sustainable business if you have like your cash flow look like this. So if you talk about games or mobile games, it more less revenue. Okay, look at this. But anyhow, it's much more reliable in terms of investment. Yes, I hope I answered the question.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, my question not about investment actually. It's more about publishing. Maybe you can answer it. What are the disadvantages of publishing game for yourself if you have enough money to end the game, to finish it without any investments?
Well, you see, good question. And I have another show of thoughts about this. That happened like a week ago. Once, I have almost been acquired by a big company. My company have been almost acquired. It just happened just before the war. The big United States startup with billions of evaluation wants to acquire my company. And I go to a very wise and quite wealthy man and ask him about investors. Should I go with them or should I not? Should I grow the business? And he said for me, think about this as an open door. So on this door, there is a field, but you don't know. There is many cabbages, and you are God who want to eat these cabbages. So I think it's a much Eastern European thing, but anyhow, if you think about the God, how many cabbages you can consume and how many cabbages will be on this field. So if for example, if you can publish your game and gain like 10K of players, it will be enough, probably. I don't know. It depends on how much you spend on expenses. Or 100,000 players, for example. But if you go to the Devolver Digital, you can get 1 million players. And it can get more money to you, even if you share the money with a publisher. So it's always about finding the right partner. If you don't see anyone in the market that can be suitable enough for you to achieve these target sales, of course, you have to publish yourself. But publish yourself is always a hard thing, of course.
Thank you very much.
Hi. I have few questions. First is, you mentioned like for vertical slice, you need 80% features and systems, 20% of content, things like that. But for some, like especially indie solo developers, it might be the case where you have all those, but you don't have like art style, you don't have visuals. You're probably using some like assets and things like that. So where does that put you, both in terms of like, I guess venture capital is out, but like in terms of publishers and also accelerators?
I would say from Accelerator perspective, we care mostly about mechanics. It's mechanic-based game, but you can have like something like called beautiful corner, if you know. So where you don't have any mechanics, but just have the vision how the graphics looks like, or at least you can have some arts or trailers about it.
Or concept.
But most of the publisher will say, okay, can you produce such a graphic in a real game? So they also have this risk situation.
So, but you say that accelerators might go past that and like trust in the vision of the game, and then help you maybe even find the artist. And like that.
Yes, we even have some kind of negation, some kind of games that don't have visual style yet, but have really good mechanics.
Cool. And the second question is similar. Like, what's the difference in your approach from the approach of publishers, and what cut do you take, and how does it operate from business side?
So. A difference because we don't publish the game. A difference because we see a publisher as our partner. So if the game comes from us, it's more reliable for publisher to invest in it, and it will reduce risk for publisher. In terms of how much we take, I'm not able to express these numbers, but I want to make sure we understand there is expenses of the studio, there's expenses of the publisher, and we always try to triangulate and find a good flexible way here.
Cool, thanks.
Thank you for the presentation. I have the question. It's in all speeches about the investments and publishing. It's usually everybody talks about teams and studios. What about solo developers? Is that in place for investment and for the solo developer?
Quite common question, actually. You see, solo developer is not a red flag, but it's yellow flag. What is happening if solo developer get in prison? I don't know, or maybe in a hospital.
I think
there is several things.
Same that happens with the CEO of the small studio.
Yes, but there is also should be other funders, the guys who can take responsibility. So you see, studio is like a structure have to be organized and have another funders, and they can take some of the responsibilities of the founder. Yeah. I mean, there is sometimes situations happen like this. We have back in Russia, my past experience. There was a guy who invented something like Duolingo, pretty popular in Russia. I forget how it's called, but it was pretty popular in one time. But then this guy killed his sister and get in the prison. He was CEO of this company. You see it?
Yeah. But
strange story, I know. But sometimes life is super strange.
Okay.
Which one? Yeah, that's risk management. Yes, of course.
I see. So it's better to find some co-founder.
Yes, but if you don't want, you need some at least higher plan. You need people who want to join the studio. You can risk management, of course. I mean, if you made a great demo that is absolutely incredible, but you do it solo, there is a bigger chance to invest than you see, than just an average demo.
And second question based on it, in such case, where do I come with the presentation? To Narwhal, to VC fund, to publisher?
You can go anywhere. I'm not the one who
I can go to the door and do my business elsewhere.
No, no offense. I don't mean any offensive thing here. Just you open here. Always explore any opportunities.
Okay, where would you recommend to go first?
I don't know. It depends on the stage of development.
Okay. Thank you.
So it seems the whole out of question. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vitalii. Now, Evgenii.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Today I will tell you about game development as a hobby. Who are you a programmer or have programming experience? Raise your hand. So congratulations on Programmer's Day. Today is 256th day of the year, so it's your day. I'll tell a story about how I get into hobby game development, and you definitely need some background. I wrote my first program at age of 7. That was a QBasic thing in some school project. Yeah, kind of wunderkind. Actually, I started programming in middle school, where I did some projects for school or something like this. And first commercial development I started when I went to university. There was freelance. After that, I got into big tech, where I work now. I started as a web developer, and now I'm a technical manager. So I'll tell you why you should try to make some mini projects to allocate your weekend, for example, and make something interesting. That's because you can learn some new skills, some new technologies, and it's not as hard as it can be imagined. So, for example, you want to make a tic-tac-toe game, but 4-dimensional. What that means? What's 4-dimensional is like? So there is some math behind it. We live in 3-dimensional space, and there is 3 independent dimensions. Some say we live in 4-dimensional space because 4th dimension is time. But I'm talking about 4 dimensions of spatial dimensions. You can't really imagine it unless you take some psychedelic drugs, but there is some mathematical thing that can explain what it is. So this is my first game. I made it in a weekend, and it's tic-tac-toe game in 4 dimensions. I'll explain how it works. It's not so easy to understand. 4-dimension means that each cell has 4 coordinates. There is a table of tables. First table has coordinates x, y, and inside of each cell of that big table, there is small table, and it has coordinates z and w. And winning condition here is in each coordinate, you go either from start to end, from end to start, or don't move. And also you don't move in all dimensions because there is only 1 cell, but here there is 4. And you actually can try this. You can go to site tgr.rs to tic-tac-toe and see this game. Another game named Spherium. I'm obsessed with tic-tac-toe games, so that's another variant. I prototyped it with my sister. We tried different shapes and different game rules in Blender. Here it's best rule we found. So this is icosahedron, and red polygons are 1 players, and blue polygons are another players. And winning condition here is you need to take 3 polygons around any polygon. That's your color. You can also try it. It's web game. Here is a code example, and I want you to see how bad written it is. It's winning triplets. It's just numbers from library that renders it. It's 3JS library. And idea here is you don't need to make good code to work. That's not a project you are doing. Working in company where you need to write maintainable code. That's just code you can, if it's fast, it's okay, you just write it. Yeah, so that's cutting edges. That's one of the things that you may do if you have not a lot of time. Another game example, this was developed when Ethereum and cryptos was hyping. That's fortune teller that uses blockchain. So you ask some questions. It takes last mined block. Block hash has 256 bits, And if bit is 1, it's yes, and if it's 0, it's no. Why web is a good platform? It gives you flexibility. It can run in any device. You don't need to download game to run it. And it's freedom. You can publish whatever you want, no restrictions or rules from companies that publish it. Web also is bad because you need to work on distribution, and there is no company that will distribute your game. You need to find players yourself. But for hobby games, it's okay. So how to publish that game? You write it in JavaScript, for example. You write web code and publish it into, for example, GitHub.io or your web server. That's how you publish it. Also, I would like to cover how to use GPTs to boost your productivity. Who of you used AI or GPTs or something like this? Do you like it or not? Raise hand if you like it. Raise if not. So, cooking GPTs, it's a really hard thing. And idea here is to take most advanced model. For example, OpenAI company, that's not really open, says that for all is best model, but they are cutting costs. A really good model is GPT-4 Turbo. You can also try Claude, for example. You shouldn't share your personal info because it's used in training, and even if logs are disabled, for example, in enterprise subscription, they keep logs and may use it. So if you want really private version, you can use, for example, Llama that run locally. And if you are paranoid, you can cut internet. So how to use GPT properly? How to get what you want? First, ask it for chain of thoughts. So a model thinks by writing words and writing words about what you are going to ask is really important. So if that context you're going to use is repeated, it's better. Also, if you don't want something to be in context, just use edit feature. Don't answer to chat. So there is some limitations. GPTs may produce incorrect info. They even can produce malicious or bad code. And you can treat it as a junior developer that's really fast, and you can trust it to run production, but with some management, it's good. And there is a sample of code that I written using GPT. I had no experience in writing Minecraft plugins, but my friend asked for a custom authentication model, and I write it using GPT, and it works. So if you have some questions about hobby game development or about my story, feel free to ask. Thanks for watching. Please give them the cube.
Test.
Yeah.
So thanks for the presentation, and my question is, did you try to earn money via web development, and if so, how?
Actually, I work in big tech company. It gives me a lot of money, so I can spend my free time on what I want and don't charge for my games or don't make it, well liked by a lot of people. It's only one person who really need to like that games. It's me.
Pretty simple. Thanks.
That's a really strength.
What is your biggest project, or like hobby project?
Actually, in GitHub, I have more than the 3 projects. Also, I have projects that I do as my main job, but I can answer about biggest open source project that I have. Actually, this project is not only for me, that's maybe used for by another people. That's Here in Serbia, we have banking, and previously I was in Russia, and in Russia banking was better than in Serbia, so I found some way to improve it. And that was in analytics. I wrote some system that can download transactions from Raiffeisen Bank, and you can use SQL and some techniques for classification transactions to make more complex analytics that's provided by bank itself. So that's one of my open source projects. That's, I think it's biggest in terms of stars on GitHub, maybe.
I should specify, I meant actually the game project, the biggest game project.
They are the same. I think most complex is Spherium because it's a 3D project, and there is some things you need to manage to make it work. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question regarding like how you stop your life for a weekend to make your own project.
It's easy, don't have life and you can spend it. So actually I work in weekdays and I have free weekends. I can spend it the way I want. So if I choose to make a game, nothing stop me.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool. Thanks for the presentation. Do you plan to attend some game jam maybe, or like to make a game with others, not like only on weekend by yourself?
That's interesting. I participated in hackathons before, and maybe someday I will organize some kind of this event. That's also I can use my management skills from my main job. Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe sometime.
Cool.
There is more questions.
Okay. So,
yeah.
If I heard correctly, you briefly mentioned that you worked on plugins for Minecraft, right?
Yeah.
Can you expand a little bit more on that? How it looked like? How was it hard? And what exactly were you working on?
Yeah. Okay. So my friend Anatoly has a Telegram channel with some audience there, and he started Minecraft server, but wanted only that audience to join because there was some strangers who joined Minecraft server and ruined experience, and there was a need to filter people who can join server. You say just use allow list. Why do you need plugin? Because there is a lot of people and you don't know their Minecraft names. You need some way to only allow them, but disallow another people. And actually, we tried some plugins there existed, but they worked not so well. So I decided why to not write this plugin, and it was written, I think maybe in one day. And I heavily used GPT to get some specific APIs of PaperMC and of Java. That's not my main language. My main language is JavaScript. So that's...
Thank you.
Thank you. One more question. Yeah.
Thanks for the speech. I wanted to ask, do you still develop web games in your spare time, on your own?
Yeah. For example, that's game Tic-Tac-Toe in 4 dimensions that named Tesseract because Tesseract is the name of 4-dimensional cube. It was developed, I think, maybe a couple of months before this presentation, before now. So yeah, I'm actually developing games, and I developed it as a hobby when I was working as web developer, and now while I'm working as technical manager, I also develop games.
Thank you.
Do you have more questions? Thank you for watching. Here is my contacts. You can text me in Telegram, see projects in GitHub, or add into LinkedIn. Also, you can visit website TGRS, and there is all games that I mentioned. They are available there. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, I want to thank Evgenii, Vitalii, and Yaroslav for sharing their experience, their stories, and also to call you again to join on Discord, follow us on Instagram, and like to contact us, me or we have on Discord or email on not finished website, but there is an email. Or on Instagram directly if you want to share your story or like just to connect. So yeah, that's it. Also thank you for your time, and yeah, we still have drinks there. We can chill out, hang out a bit, and see you some next time. Thank you.
Čekaj, onda evo ti.